Always fun, crazy. It's painful, but it's wonderful. What is the name?
It's Reusse Unchained.
And welcome into another edition of Reusse Unchained. Plenty of thoughts from Patrick that we will get to, but also, first of all, want to say thanks. Our Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Institute auction continues. We're looking to raise $20,000 here. We've already raised $11,000. If you have not checked out the items, there's some awesome ones involving the Vikings, the Twins, and all types of good stuff. SKORNorth.com/bid, SKORNorth.com/bid. An array of buy it now items and auction items that you can check out and look to also help a great group in the Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Center and all that they do. Patrick Reusse.
I would imagine if we go over 20,000, we wouldn't be offended, right?
No, we're looking for 20,000, but we'd love, yeah, we're not, we would not take it as a personal insult if we, let's say, 30,000.
30,000, 11,000 already. It's looking good. And there's nothing better than the Kenny Foundation, man. The work they do is fantastic.
God's work.
Yes,
God's work.
It is.
So what's up?
Vikings. So what's are we concerned about Dersau, or is this just being an abundance of caution here? That they're going with. Is he any chance he'll hit the field before opening day? Probably not, huh?
Well, he's actually been practicing on and off. So it's an abundance of caution thing for a guy who tore his ACL and MCL. But they actually are trying to say, and I think they're probably right, that he is ahead of schedule. So he is not a concern. Of course, the sooner he can play when the regular season starts, the better, because that's not going to be a minor downgrade probably from him to this Justin School, the guy they signed from Tampa Bay.
No, that would not be. And, that's the one thing we forget about last season. They were 14-3 without their second best player. To me, he's behind Jefferson as far as importance, and healthy offensive line, key to any season, especially this year, because they should be damn good, that offensive line, shouldn't it? I mean, you got the two great tackles, one great tackle and one very good tackle, and then you got the whole new middle. Is Kelly is he healthy? Is everybody healthy or not?
He missed time last week with an elbow, but then he came back and played in that first series of the exhibition game. Now he didn't practice yesterday, but we're gearing up, we're ramping up, as they like to say, for the Wednesday and Thursday joint practices. But I don't think it was a mistake. Did you see the first play from scrimmage for the Vikings on Saturday was a run?
Yeah. Well, Kevin, Kevin did have a tendency to get away from the run last year. There were some games where they ran 6 times or something, right? But it's easier to travel through the air than it is on the ground, but having a mobile quarterback will make a difference too. So I really, as I've said several times, the idea that they're not going to go 14-3 again because they won't be quite as fortunate. But the idea that is the over and under still 8.5? Has it moved up yet? It's. Does St. Croix, does the sports book across the border take season over and under bets? Do they? Because that's got to be a layup, doesn't it?
You got to go put
healthy.
The house and the pool on that.
Oh, I think that I don't see how they avoid 11. I don't see how they avoid 11 wins, especially the fact that they only have to play 7 road games and then two neutral sites. So, this is supposed to be a year when your schedule works against you because you got 9 road games and 8 home games, but they get 2 neutral site games. And we've been killers in Europe too, right? Haven't we done well in London in the past? Pretty much. I wonder what the. So what do you think the tab is if you want to go to Dublin and London, a little package? Vikings are selling a package, right?
Yeah, I saw the hotel rooms for the media start at like 4 something a night or 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, there's going to be plenty of folks that blow their year,
yes,
their year's fun stash on that trip.
Well, I haven't been on a road trip with them for several years, but it did strike me the number of people that I would see hanging out in the lobby that did not have the appearance of being overly wealthy, then and I got the idea that all their fun money of the year was blowing on getting Viking tickets for the home games and then going to two road games. It was it's a phenomenal link to the team. I mean, there's some people that it's their whole world. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But back in our day, the incredible thing is there were people that traveled, but now, like you hear those stadiums, Pat, like I think the amount of Vikings fans who travel just to road games, ordinary road
Yeah.
games, right, has probably tripled.
How about all these NFL teams though that are making a big that they try to come up with a system to not let out of towners get their tickets? How idiotic is that? So what if there's 5,000 Packer fans in there paying big money to get into scalp tickets? Who cares?
They
You
can't
think
stop.
that you think that JJ McCarthy's behind quarterback and says, "Oh my God, look at there's 800 Packer fans up there. I don't think I'll throw this pass complete." It's idiotic. It's unbelievable.
The amount of Chiefs and 49ers fans in particular in the past couple of years at US Bank Stadium has been incredible.
Okay, but if I'm a season ticket holder and they're gouging me
Yeah.
for the way they're gouging me, including exhibition games, and I can get all my money back and maybe go to a road game by selling, selling my tickets, I'm gonna do it for you're probably getting 700-800 a piece for them because people are nuts. So
Mhm.
it is a phenomenon though. I just turned on Sports Center this morning to see if they were, showing any of those cheap home runs the Yankees hit last night or anything. And around this, down the left side, big hunk down the left side, and across the bottom, it's all fantasy football. They're squeezing in the highlights from last night to get fantasy football. And now that the NFL owns 10% of ESPN, it's probably going to get worse, right? As far as it's just
Oh,
hockey, just football that counts. So
yeah.
it is unbelievable. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
As a guy who was in Green Bay for 3 years and with those knotheads, uh, the Packers are now starting. They're still training camp is right next to Lambeau, right? Right?
Mhm.
Isn't training camp?
Cross street.
Uh, is it okay for the fans to pay a little of attention to the Brewers over there? Or do they have to switch completely? The Brewers are 30 games over 500. They're 74-44. They've won 10 in a row for the second time this year. It's a phenomenon. You think it's okay for a Packer fan to have a little loyalty to the Brewers too?
Oh God, yeah. And I think in Milwaukee that they do for sure. By the way, did you see the flooding there over the weekend?
Oh, that was unbelievable. 14 inches of rain.
That was
Or that
nuts.
14. I don't think my sump pump could have handled 14 inches of rain. It is. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I saw that too, but it's,
Flooded out. They were like telling people you can't come down this street because it's nothing but a pond.
yeah, I saw that. It was Such, of course, who's not a believer in global warming or anything like that, is saying they've been calling it historic and record rains, and he looked it up. He says it's not a record rain. Okay, so we shouldn't be worried about 14 inches of rain. Then, okay, I don't know. I'm going to be worried if I get 14 inches of rain. Bassett Creek will be in my house, and I'm a long way away from it. Yeah, yeah, I did see that. But what do you think of this Brewers phenomenon? It's unbelievable. $108 million payroll. I listened to the guy's post game show last night, Murphy. He's complaining about somebody did this and then somebody did that, and then he had two little kids up there with him. Are those like grandkids he's got with him at his post game press conference? But I don't think they're his. I mean, he's 60 years old, but he had two little kids up there with him, and every question is, it's not the political answers that you get. He
Oh,
just says anything that's in his head.
he's a
It's a
columnist. Team.
it huh?
He is a columnist straight.
Oh my God, he is. He is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many we got left in Milwaukee, but as far as what's going on, but I think my guy Hardrecourt retired. Right? He's not. He's not doing the beat anymore.
He was traveling abroad when the team was here. When they were talking about it, they were getting texts from Tom on like a cruise somewhere.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Well, he and Murphy would have been a good pair because Hardrecourt wouldn't back. He'd give him every smart aleck answer back that Murphy did. I love that guy. Still my favorite quote in the press box ever, I think, is in the '86 World Series. He's in the front row there at the Shea Stadium, and the Red Sox bring out the cops bring out the horses for the ninth inning, and in the eighth inning they're putting horses in the bullpen, and he gets up and says, "Look it, there's more horse bleep in the bullpen than for the Red Sox than usual." Because that was the big flaw of the team, and it proved to be fatal again in Game 6. So yeah, but that was funny. But yeah, I mean, this is unbelievable. They're just having the time of their lives over there. I was watching a game 2 nights ago, and it's 4-4, and this Helsley comes in, and his first three pitches are 102, 103, and 104,
Hmm.
and then somebody gets a base hit off him to drive in the run, and the next pitch, Contreras hits a 2-run homer, and all of a sudden it's 7-4, and they're winning again. It's been a great baseball season. It's just that we haven't been really intimately involved in the greatness. But seeing the Yankees struggle, seeing the Dodgers aren't unbelievable. They're okay, but the Cubs are the Brewers and the Cubs, the two best records, and it's been a unpredictable, odd baseball season. Seattle's now leading the wild card race, and I gotta say, I'm not the hugest fan of most huge fan of expanded playoffs, but it certainly does. You looked at I saw the American League wild card standings today, and even Texas, which has been disappointing, is right in it. So it's really been a good baseball season. But now that football's here, you look at ESPN, baby. We can't get away. Fantasy is
No.
fantasy is
Oh,
fan is fantasy still huge?
yes.
Okay. Okay. Is it a different forms of it, or is it the same old four guys get together in a bar and draft?
It's changed because you can play online now against you join a league, but you don't know the people in the league. And now plus, with the proliferation of gambling too, right? With all the prop bets and stuff now.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
think the whole gambling thing, when sports decided to embrace it instead of distance itself, it changed everything.
Now, what has happened to the scandal with Clase and the other guy from Cleveland? With it's based on one pitch, right? Whether they threw a
Yeah.
ball instead of a strike or something. What happened to that? Are they trying to? They if there's two guys from Cleveland doing it, it's not a lonely thing. That's a scandal that I think baseball is afraid to look at. Wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah. The prop bet is that what the first pitch from
Next,
Class A, right, will be a ball, right?
yes, yes.
And then he spikes the ball in the ground. But I heard a serious MLB network show on Sunday, Pat. Class A's locker is gone. Cleaned out and
Really,
yep. He's
really.
just on grata.
So they got the goods on him. I wonder how you get there. Is it just that there was an unusual amount of betting on that pitch? That's what they said. I wonder if they got any admission, but that's a blow, isn't it?
Well,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, how could a guy like that be that stupid? I mean, he's making tens of millions, and he's got 5 more years left of his career. It's
Maybe
so
not.
yeah. Well, I don't blame the athletes as much as I blame the sports for they opened the door and there's going to be. I can guarantee you, leagues aren't wanting to investigate this. Let's face it. The idea that you're not going to investigate gambling fully when the interpreter for Otani ends up taking the whole fall. He took 15 million and I didn't know it. I don't buy that. They don't want to. You think they want to investigate Otani and see if he was in on it or not? Hell no.
Yeah. No, it is Pandora's box. And in
Oh,
all sports,
oh God, yes, yes.
everything.
Well, the once in a while I'll watch a movie on Tubi, right? It's which and you got to have ads, right? But once in a while
Don't you?
they got some movies that other people don't have. So if you find it, they run 2 minute ads, but the 15-second four guys talking about how they made a hit on the instant bet on one, that's half the ads that they have there it's running on normal networks too, these little 15-second ads. And FanDuel and
Yep.
DraftKings have half the ads, so you're getting what you deserve. But the place that's really got to be bad is since they let people bring cell phones on golf courses. I haven't heard much about if reporters are walking around in the galleries listening to these idiots get very upset when a guy, they bet a guy's going to make a bogey or his next. They bet on his next shot. And there's no place you can affect the action more than golf. All you got to do is scream when the guy's in his backswing. So.
Well, and these threats now, right? Like you see
Oh
these
yeah.
players, and I think for every one time that we hear about a threat, there's
Oh
probably
God.
500.
Oh yeah. And generally speaking, when the insults called into the families and stuff like that, most people, if that's occurring, if we've heard reports of that, it's happening 50 more times that
Yeah.
somebody's smart enough to know they don't want to feed the idea that this is possible, that you can get to their families and start taunting them. So unreal. So the Twinks yesterday, that ballpark, I hate that ballpark. Now there's a couple of those legitimate, most of them were legitimate yesterday, but it's a joke, that ballpark. It's incredible. Then again, what's the number at Yankee Stadium now? It's 8 in a row, but then
I don't.
it's
It
15
goes
out of 17 or something.
it goes back to a game I was actually at. That 2000 was it two Jason Giambi grand slam and
Oh,
extras on
yeah.
Trombley. That's where the record starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, it is. And, they've ruined, you forget, I mean, how good some of those teams were that the Twins had in the first decade of this century. And that it was all ruined by the Yankees. 2002 they won a series. 2003 they didn't win a series, but they won a game, right? They 2003 2004 they won the first game in the Yankee series and then got swept.
Yes.
But then, I mean, the '06 team, now they lost Liriano, but they got beat by Oakland. But those were good teams, and in this, if you had them in this generation with six playoff teams, you'd think it was good. But everybody looks back and thinks, oh, they because they got beat by the Yankees. So anyway, what else we got going here? Let's see. We got the. I was going to mention the state amateur baseball tournament starts.
Yeah.
It's three classes again. It's got 84 teams. It's in Brownton, Gaylord, Hutchinson, and there's a fourth, the backup, but that's straight out 212, basically the same area where they have it. It goes for 3 weeks, but the new system, I think they might not quite draw as well as they have the last couple of years because they went to a two-class system that was seemingly popular, but they wanted to get more of these, give us chance to more of these small towns, and they've changed the system, but it's still a uniquely Minnesota thing, that's for sure.
So is the tournament that was held for the Metro teams within the 494 belts going?
Yeah, it's now been merged into Class A. They're playing, and when you look at the 24 Class A teams, there's about 15 or 16 of them are the old Twin Cities teams. But last year they had them together more than they are this year, and they did not dominate those teams. I mean, it was pretty well divided. So yeah, it's but I don't think they're going to draw like they have quite in the past. But it's if you're just looking to go buy some cheap beer and have a good hot dog, we've gone a couple of times in the past together, and you get to see Minnesota hockey at its best, right?
Oh, it's a great yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, ties in with the state fair, man. It's like the same crowd. It's the same crowd.
It still
So,
maintains a pretty good throwback feel as well.
it is. It does have a tremendous throw. Now, it's a little more political. In our political times, some of us who aren't exactly in tune with the new president of the new old president of the United States have to keep our mouths shut when we're around this collection, because they might be a little. What was our last election? Three counties went TFL, and 79 went the other way. So there is a little metro rural divide there that we have to be aware of.
We can all agree. We can all get along for
Yes,
baseball.
baseball. Yes, we can. We can.
Brings us together.
That is good. That is good. So anyhow, I was over at St. Thomas yesterday. The home, still the home of the Tommies, right?
Yeah.
And you know who they lose? You know who they open against? Lindenwood, the team that edged them 64-0 last year. And so Caruso has this is his like kickoff for the fall practice press conference, and he's got four guys there. And I asked him, you opened with Lindenwood. I said, how was that? I thought they rode a bus back, but they flew back. I said, how was that trip home? Not to no surprise, Caruso kidnapped the answer. I asked the four players. He kidnapped the answer and went on for 5 minutes. He didn't want the boys talking about 64-0. So.
So the arena is pretty much done, right? The new
They're ready to go. I think there's a hockey game the 6th or something like that. Hockey's first thing in there is hockey. First basketball game is Army. I had breakfast with Nico a month ago or so, and he offered to play an exhibition game against St. Thomas to open the arena, to come over there, but St. Thomas, because Lee Anderson, who financed it,
Yeah.
it was Army guy. They wanted to bring in Army in kind of honor of Lee Anderson, who went to West Point. So I can't blame him for that. But I do think I'm hearing that Tower is that they're ready to play each other, the Gophers and St. Thomas, maybe next year. So it'll happen
Easiest
next year.
decision on the face of the earth.
Yes. Well, you know what? They should play twice. Once over there, and then once in the regular season, instead of having North Alabama there with 2,800 people.
The sooner we start to treat the Tommies as our Marquette, the better.
Yes, that's true. That is true. But the thing about St. Thomas is they got a little more on their plate here, because they got hockey. The Big
Yeah.
East,
True.
what? None of those schools have hockey, do they? The Big East, and if they would get into the Big East, and the Summit, where they play, only two of those teams have hockey. So they got, they got hockey to deal with, but hockey can be an asset to them. They're going to, they can compete, and B, they can fill the arena. So.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly
Right.
right. Hey, before we go, sell me a car.
I will sell you a car, and I will also. I can guarantee you, my guys at Valley Group of GM dealers support the Sister Kitty campaign too. So check out SKOR North and make a contribution. But right now, the Buick SUVs are a hot commodity. 2024s, 2025s. The Envista is really a great little machine. And you can go to the Valley Group of GM dealers, go to the website, look at their inventory. Right now, big factory rebates, very low interest rates, great inventory. It's the time to get the kids going back to high school for a senior year. She or he is sick of bumming rides or riding the bus. Yeah, this is the time. Then they got the vehicle for college. You don't have to worry about it. So anyway, Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers right now. Go out there. They got great financial people who make it happen for you.
Great stuff, Patrick. Talk to you on Wednesday.
All righty. See ya.